Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Here we go again. I'm going to revisit this topic. 2 days ago, I did a video on this where I had reported that in Europe, there's online Twitter campaign from these two people here. What is it? Reconnaissance and TIM, the future is black, BLM. Now, what I had reported on is that I had stated that they seem to want everyone to mix in and become this shade of beige or brown in an effort to get rid of racism. And they seemed like they had an agenda. It seemed kind of, some would say good, admirable, positive. However, I didn't think it was a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea for everyone to become like one. Everyone is all mixed. I think that people have certain intrinsic qualities about their ethnicities, about their races that are good. I wouldn't want everyone to become one complexion, one color. I think it would be a very boring world. I think people would be very boring. But I had gone initially down the line that this is what these two particular sites wanted. But I'm wondering, as I begin to think of this, and as one of my subbies had mentioned, it's a form of eugenics. Then I'm starting to think, okay, they cited the porn company Blacked. They go interracial. Then they go a white female with Black Lives Matter. Then they have this right there, a boycott Black Friday. I guess they're in support of a boycott. White female, black male. So here's the problem with this right here. And I'm wondering, is there a nefarious agenda behind this? A much more sinister agenda that is not for necessarily the elimination of racism, but for the preservation of white people. So I'm thinking, are they trying to get black men to procreate with white women? So they can have mixed children. But when these mixed children grow up, they're going to procreate with more white people. And by the second or third generation, the black is going to be pretty much bred out. So I'm thinking, are they trying to use a form of reverse psychology? And I'm very skeptical of them trying to get rid of race through everyone trying to mix and become one complexion. That was my initial video. But as I start to look deeper, I noticed that they're only relying on black men and white women. And they use their favorite porno site of black men who are into porn, which is Blacked. So it seems like it's obvious that they are targeting black men for this. And here's another problem. If you're trying to get rid of racism, why aren't you including Asians? They can be racist. Latino, though, in ethnicity and culture, still they can be racist. Why aren't you targeting Middle Eastern people? Seriously, why aren't you targeting Indians? Strange how you're targeting black men for this. Because you know that the favorite porn site of black men is a site called Blacked. And you got right here, Black Boys Turn Me On. Obviously, there's an agenda to target black men. You're not targeting any other race of men. And as I had pointed out before, You have a white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes saying that black boys turn me on. So you're trying to trick and deceive black men into thinking that all of these white women turn them on, when in fact, that is a fallacy. That is just not true. The number of white women who are into black men is going to be very small. It's going to be in a minority. So why put out this falsehood that black boys turn me on? So you're trying to lure in black men to procreate with white women, to have mixed race babies, knowing that, particularly in Europe, when that baby grows up to procreate again, it's most likely it's going to procreate with another white person. When that baby grows up again, the second generation is going to, or third rather, it's going to procreate again with another white person, thus creating more white people. So you use their favorite porn site of men, black. You're using white women. You're using turn-on language for the black men who are into white women. You're trying to deceive them into doing this, procreating with white women. You're using a black female here with Black Lives Matter, with her fist up, with her tongue out. That's sexual. So you're trying to lure in black men. I kind of got this now. I had to look deeper. This is the reason why I love for people to chime in and give me their opinions. Because I never would have thought about a form of eugenics, which you can practice through birth control. And you can also practice eugenics through breeding out. So I think I kind of got what these two particular sites are up to. It's not up to the good of black people. I do not believe that they are trying to breed out racism or make the world a better place. I believe they are trying to make the world a whiter place. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that was another edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you beyond and through.